It's time for the curls, the scoop, the giggles, and I got so much scoop today. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture, and I'm so doggone excited. Let's just do the hug. Come on. We never know who needs a hug, and there is a weekend edition. So check it out. It's fancy. It's got pictures. So I have a young lady who puts it all together for me. It's not cute not knowing, and now it's time to know. TJ Holmes and A.B. Robach, the saga continues. So what do the big execs at ABC think about their affair that was just shown to the world? They are loving the ratings. They think that this is ratings gold, and they just want them to act like if nothing has happened. Just go on, because we love the ratings. But not everybody is happy. There are some ABC staffers who feel like, where's the morality contract? What's going on? Some people are disgusted by this whole messy affair because it takes away from the news. It takes away from the news, and they want them fired. What will the big ups do at Disney about this situation? They're saying that TJ Holmes, his wife, was blindsided, and they're saying his wife, who is a lawyer for Rock Nation, is devastated. She thought they were working things out. They celebrated his birthday in August, and now she gets hit with this because she thought their marriage could be saved. Yesterday I told you guys that he been out here. He for them streets. He been out here cheating, and always has allegedly been a hoe. And this was from a guy who described TJ as that. It could be those eyes, but the bosses love the ratings. They love the attention. But what do you do when the romance goes sour? Everything is always great in the beginning, but how do you handle it when it don't work out? When you break up. And all breakups are not nice. You go to your corner, I'm going to go to mine. This is something that they're going to have to deal with, but TJ has been known for being out in these streets. Amy been cheating on her husbands. Will the top brass at ABC do something? And now that TJ's wife is talking, that she's devastated, she about to get paid. She gonna get paid. It's going to cost him for this cheating. Let's jump right into Kevin Hunter. Wendy Williams Ex Husband is explaining why he needs her money and why he went to court to demand it now. Kevin Hunter is saying that he is facing financial hardships. His home is going into foreclosure. He can't pay his bills. He has no medical insurance, and he needs hip surgery. He says he needs Wendy's money because this money was promised to him with that marital agreement. Why he can't be like everybody else and just go get a job? You depended on this money. They done driven the woman crazy. He needs the money, though, for him, the mistress, the child. But Kevin Hunter saying he's having financial hardships and he needs Wendy's money. Prince Harry and Meghan, the Netflix documentary. Sources say that once the book comes out, once this documentary airs, which debuts next week, that they plan to go to the royal family and see if they can patch things up. You know what? They got $100 million from the Netflix deal. Lord knows how much they got for the book deal. I don't think, because William is going to wind up being the king one day. I don't know if this rift can happen, because with this documentary and this book, and they paint Kate in an unflattering picture. See, I told y'all yesterday, she got the resting bitch face where you got to smile all the time, because the minute you let it down, you look angry. Kate, you got to smile all the time. Big congrats to Billy Porter, who got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday. For all you Bobby Brown New Edition fans, there will be a tour next year. Bobby says they are definitely going on tour. And if you did not see them, if they came to your city, go see them. It is an excellent, excellent show. Now, speaking of Bobby Brown, he was asked about the Whitney Houston movie, I Want to Dance with Somebody, which is coming out later this month. He says he has no intention on seeing it. He had nothing to do with it. There's a lot coming out from the Whitney Houston estate. There's the movie. Naomi Ackie is a British actress who's playing Whitney, and it's Whitney's music that's being played, so this young lady is not singing. Get ready for the Whitney Houston Broadway show, the gospel album, a Vegas show with the holograms, MAC Cosmetics, and new unreleased music. They are never going to let Whitney rest in peace. And I told y'all, you make more money in death than you do when you're alive. Singer Ashanti is planning on having a documentary. Ashanti was recently on The Breakfast Club, Power 105 in New York, and they asked her about small penises because y'all know they said Irv Gotti got a little Vienna sausage. And she was saying that, well, if you know how to work it, it ain't no big deal. She is going to open up about her life. She was talking about a record exec. I don't know who this person was. You know we're going to find out. He was demanding that she have shower sex with him in exchange for music. Shower sex. Well, she said no, and then he tried to charge her $45,000 for each song. How did she get out of this predicament? Ashanti said she had to make a couple of calls, and the guy kind of dropped the demands. But she's coming out with a documentary. Are you guys excited? Here's another documentary that's coming. Singer Gladys Knight. She's being honored this weekend for the Kennedy Center Honors. Gladys Knight, 78-year-old legend, is planning on a documentary where she's going to be the executive producer about her life. It was in 1966 that Gladys Knight and the Pips came on the scene, and the hits kept coming, and she has released, between herself and the Pips, 38 albums. Gladys Knight has been married 4 times, 3 children. She hasn't been real good at luck with the men, but this last one that she met at the Home Depot, he seems to be a keeper. But she was married to Aaliyah's uncle, Barry Hankerson. He did her dirty, took her money. Remember, she was married to Les Brown, the motivational speaker, Mamie Brown's son. They hooked up. He couldn't deal with her celebrity. He dumped her via FedEx, sent her something for FedEx to say that the marriage was over. What kind of punk is he? Years ago, Les Brown came to Philly, and they wanted me to interview him. And I was like, I ain't interviewing Les Brown. And my boss, who was Butter at the time, well, how come you don't want to interview Les Brown? Here I go. Because he hurt my aunt. He said, who is your aunt now? I said, Gladys Knight. I said, her. And I felt like he hurt me because I love Gladys. I'm still holding a grudge to this day. I see him come up, I'd be like this. We love Gladys. Can't be going around here hurting Gladys Knight. Just can't do that. At one time in her life, Gladys had a gambling addiction, and her son was kidnapped, and she had to pay $1 million to get him back. This is going to be an excellent documentary from the days of Motown. She didn't really fit in with Motown. They didn't know what to do. But when she went to Buddha Records and came out with Midnight Train to Georgia, soundtrack of Claudine, y'all can tell I'm this really, really hyped Gladys Knight fan. But I am. I love her. Whew. Gladys, come on with the documentary. I am here for it. This weekend, Patti LaBelle, her holiday movie, A New Orleans Noel, is going to air Saturday night, 8 o'clock on the Peacock Network. Whoopi Goldberg produced it. My girl, Keke Palmer, Saturday Night Live. She's hosting tomorrow night. The musical guest is SZA. Big congrats to Kiki because she just won an award for Nope from the New York Film Critics Association. And at the movies this weekend, it's Will Smith with Emancipation. It starts streaming on Apple TV. A must, and it's a side of Will Smith that you have never seen before, and a story that should be told because it was probably like the precursor to the Civil War when people realized the brutality that was going on in the South against slaves. The year was, okay, I can't think of the year. It was in the 1800s. I'm not even going to throw out a number, but it was the precursor and the story of Peter, the fugitive slave, and what he went through to get to his family, all in the name of love. Emancipation. Will Smith is in theaters now. Leave a comment. I do read the comments. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video today. We'll scoop on scoop on scoop on scoop. It's not cute not knowing is what I love to say. And we've got curls and we've got scoop, and it's all for you. Have a great weekend. Subscribe to the channel. For those who are new, subscribe to the channel so you never miss a beat. And we do have a weekend edition, so check that out. It has pictures and all that nice stuff. Have a good one, and thanks so much for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. Oops, I can't go yet. Last night, I got to tell you about my last night. I went to New York. Lee Daniels is producing a new play called Ain't No Mo. It is written by a 27-year-old man, Jordan E. Cooper, who is the youngest American playwright in Broadway history. Did you hear me? He's 27 years old. He's extraordinary. This young man wrote this. Now, what is it about? It's a Broadway comedy, and it deals with, remember when Barack Obama was, he became president in 2008. Well, you had people saying, free at last, free at last. There was no freedom. If anything, racism was even more exposed, and it got worse because people got bold and crazy and But Jordan tells a very funny tale of life. It's on Broadway right now. Lee Daniels produced it. I got to give a big shout out to Jordan's mom and dad, who I met in the line. They're from Texas. I'm thinking they're from Philly, right? Because he was like, Auntie, you got to come over here. You got to come over here. And so I'm thinking, oh, they from Philly. Nope. They were from Texas, and they watched the channel, and I love you guys, and you got to be uber excited about your son. Jordan E. Cooper played MC Tyrone on Pose. He, one of the creators of the Miss Pat show on BET. On BET Plus that it airs, but a phenomenal man who is his new show, Ain't No Mo, produced by Lee Daniels. It's a new Broadway comedy. This is my playbill. Thank you, Lee Daniels, for the invite and having me up there. A great time. And Jordan Cooper's parents, it was such a pleasure meeting you last night. It's not cute not knowing, and now you know. Have a great weekend. Look out for that weekend edition.